It says it should be a go. I'll try to pull it up on my phone too.
Yep.
And can you hear sound?
Yep. I can hear you talking right now.
Okay. And what about the sound from the game?
Right now I can hear nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna throw some attacks out. Let me know if you hear anything.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Pretty good, or it can be higher.
Well, I do have my stuff low, so hold on. Try again. It's buffering. Okay. I think it's cool.
Okay. How much of a delay is it between?
It was only one buffer. It's not that much of a delay.
So, what I do and then how close it is on the stream is pretty close.
Yep.
Alright. Thanks.
Alright, I have a mute now.
Alright.
I also have to switch off. Oh yeah, I'll put the mod too. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
slices through the deathrite birds.
Please make certain that little Millicent goes unharmed. Like her mother, she has the stuff to be able to command's only one of... Oh, you know... Indeed, Millicent. It seems the memory's eaten away by the rotting sickness, yet... However, she has no need of me. No. She must embark on her journey. As I've aged, I've found the best way is to be forgotten. So, this is a one thank you now. Like her. Do you have an interest in... Then you might like to learn something of Melania. The girl, Millicent, she is a bird. Green and undeveloped, waiting to flower into magnificence. What a wondrous day that will be. In truth, before her, I'd never seen a bud of such superior quality. She might very well outshine her sisters. Queen Marika and her king consort Radigan were blessed with twin demigods, and Melania was one of them. She was born an Empyrean, carrying the Scarlet Rod. An Empyrean is no mere demigod. In the age of the Elden Ring and Queen Marika, the precious Empyrean was born, a new god, to forge a new order. Since Melania fought Radahn, and the great scarlet flower blossomed in Aeonia, I dedicated myself to it, and to the resplendence of the Order of Rot, the cycle of decay and rebirth.
Desperate prayer. Golden Room 9. Stop it. Zam, gotta love Elden Ring. This is true. This is true. And it's weird because like this is me on the PS5 right now, so this isn't my PC playthrough, but I've been finding so many new things just on this playthrough alone. Mind you, I've beaten the game like 2 or 3 times now, and I'm still finding new stuff that I've never been to before, or like seeing new places, new enemies. There was a boss fight that I didn't know you could do, and it wasn't like a huge boss fight, but it was like a little sub boss. I never, since I've been playing the game, never came across it. It's it's the one that's got the 2 Iron Maidens in Volcano Manor. This playthrough was my first time finding those and beating them. Still haven't found the Jar City. I just found it on this playthrough, like just recently. I won't go to it, so you don't know where it is, but yeah. See, so on your new playthrough, you just beat Rolana, or the DLC specific playthrough. She's still like, I don't know, man. She still was kind of a tall order for me. Because your blessings were at one. Yeah, those things are a must. Like, they come in handy. Says the guy who beat her. Barely. Says the guy who barely beat her. It was very touch and go. Yeah, but I also fought her at a much higher level than you did. I can't say it'll get easier. Yeah, I still haven't returned to old buddy from the Dragon Mountain place. I still haven't been back. Before I fight the next mandatory boss, you'll show me. Okay. Ah, got you. They make you do a little bit of leg work for the other one, huh? what? I've already been in here? Man. The next boss you would like to lead you to has a very important character surrounding it and don't know if I remember them from the past in game history. Super excited to see all the boss fights. I'm 2 out of 10? Jeez. I mean, don't get me wrong, on one hand, I'm excited because, more boss fights the better, but on the other hand, no, those 10 including the optional and mandatory, or those are strictly just the mandatory bosses? Oh, I was saying, is the 2 out of 10 just mandatory bosses, or that's mandatory and optional? Man, I forget where this leads to. I forgot. Oh, okay. So the rest are optional. I got you. When I tell you I dislike Leornia, yeah, it is not my favorite place. You love it, Zam? Do you like being tortured mentally with this whole maze-like ruin structure? I mean, the scenery's not bad. Scenery's not horrible, but I'd be hard pressed to say that I like it. Hey Kuma, what's good? What's good? I see. So you're a little biased towards it. I get it. Man, I always forget where the Death Bright bird is around here. I know it's close. It's close. Now that place with the Divine Beast in the DLC, not a fan. See, the Death Right Bird boss fight is around here. but there's a site of grace somewhere like super close by. There's a site of grace and a statue. That place you hate, along with this other part I'll get to in the future. The other part sucks. Dang. Yeah, see, somewhere in here is a site of grace. Oh, okay, Kuma. I'll be here with you later. I'll be here, man. Ah, here it is. I knew it. See, that's the problem with this place. Every place looks the same. That's the issue here. Spot in the DLC, one of your phase, it looks like Leonia. Oh no. I don't know if I like that. Bro, where is this Deathrite bird? It should be like. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it should. Did I kill it already? I don't think so. Also, you were trying to hit expert rank because the new season comes tomorrow. I didn't know that. But you had a trash team. You might be on later streaming. Oh, I'll be there. If you're going to be on streaming later. If only Leonia wasn't there, then water looked so much nicer. Yeah, it would definitely be better to, not be submerged under an entire ocean, but got a question? What you got for me? Man, I guess I actually killed the death right bird here already. I was pretty sure I hadn't even been here yet, though. Oh no. Oh no. Seeing how Elden Ring is vastly different exploration-wise compared to Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne, Do you think FromSoft should continue with the open world experience, or should they go back to their old style? That is a good question. I think that's one that a lot of people have been like debating about for a while now. But what the see? So when I was looking for the Death Ride bird, I couldn't find it. But I asked it, man. Anyway, um, me personally, if the open world experience is going to be this big and this vast, because Elden Ring is a huge game. Like you could play for hours and only complete one area of the game. So if it's going to be this big, I would say I would probably enjoy the open world experience more. Um, but I wouldn't be mad if they, you know, return to their old style with like Bloodborne, for instance, because I love Bloodborne. It's one of my favorites. Uh, I think a more difficult question for me would be a game similar to Sekiro versus Elden Ring, just because above all the other FromSoft games, Sekiro is probably, besides Elden Ring, Sekiro is probably the other one that I put up there. Now, don't get me wrong, the other ones kind of have a special place in my heart because I played those first. But if we're talking about unbiased, um, like enjoyment, which one I enjoyed more, Sekiro is probably the only other one that would give Elden Ring a run for its money. Now, I like them all, but if we're talking about the best of the best, Shadows Die Twice is, I don't know. It's got a little bit of everything. Yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. I don't know how else to phrase it. It's just a good, solid game. They do flow together pretty well. Yeah. It's I think Bloodborne and Dark Souls is a good like contained story. They do really well within their own elements. They don't try to overextend themselves and do like too much. And I think that works out for them pretty well. Man, can I buy those flight feathers somewhere? Like, is that an option that I have? Seeing little to nothing about it. Maybe because Elden Ring spoiled you. Yeah, if you start with Elden Ring, it's one of those that's like, is Sekiro even considered Souls-like? Um, hmm. Mm, maybe like kind of like it's on the outskirts of being Souls like on the borders. But when you really get down into it, Sekiro to me isn't really Souls like. It's got some of the more like core mechanics of the game or of the franchise. I mean, so a little bit, but other than that, the way certain items work, the way Uh, the rest of the game flows. Like the combat, even it's not really Souls like to me. It feels pretty different, but I guess you could kind of call it that based on certain aspects. So the world of Bloodborne, I get what you mean about wanting to like Dark Souls 3 more, but I definitely feel you on that. Bloodborne is a much more interesting story to me. It's a much more interesting game. Let me look this up and see if you can buy the flight feathers somewhere. Kill the invader at the war shack at night. That's not true. I killed him already. Oh, huh. Nope, you can't buy them anywhere. You have to farm them. You can't get to. Whoa, what? To Dark Souls 3? What's the issue here? But maybe you gotta play the first one. And you've been trying to lore dive. Trust me. After Elden Ring, you take all lore in these games into account, even reading like useless stuff, trying to understand what kind of world they're getting into. That's a pretty good idea because FromSoft is notorious from bringing back. Uh, they will bring certain characters, certain items, certain weapons, like all that stuff um, from previous games and different games and stuff into the other ones. So it's kind of cool to see that. I will say to appreciate Dark Souls 3 and what they were doing at the time. Keep in mind they expanded it across like 3 games, multiple DLCs, so on and so forth. So yeah, to in order to get the full impact of the final installment, Dark Souls 3 basically it's like what am I trying to say? So Dark Souls 1 and 2 spend basically their whole games building up to this idea of like the flame, the linking of the flame, what it means to actually do it, stuff like that. So Dark Souls 3, it kind of enters with the premise that you already know, so to speak, what's been going on for the other two. So it doesn't really spend its game building up to the climax. Dark Souls 3 is kind of the whole game acts as a climax for the other 2 games because the other 2 games spend their whole playthrough building the world, building the characters, building like the intensity, like building all that stuff. 3 is basically the culmination of everything. That's why when you play it, like they even talk about how the flame, like even when you link it, the flame isn't as potent anymore. The world is still kind of in like this twilight darkness because they've linked it in the past so many times that it's basically burning out anyway. And so the world that you enter in, the state of the world that you enter in for Dark Souls 3 is kind of the end of everything already. So every plan that people had in the past, every like machination that people were working on before, all of that stuff comes to a head in 3. So if you've only played 3, you're really only catching like the ending of a bunch of stuff that you haven't like delved into yet previously. Um, so to really appreciate 3, yeah, I would say you got to play the other 2 games for, or at least uh, watch them, like watch the lore dumps and stuff. But that's just my personal opinion on it.
Well, I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
Think on the differences from Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. Uh huh. No, yeah, no, I got that much. You definitely know your Elden Ring stuff. I haven't delved quite into Elden Ring as much, so there's a lot of stuff in here I'm still uh, new to, like still figuring out and stuff. So, what? I'm pretty sure I had the ancient. Oh no, I got the other one. Never mind. Yeah, more or less. You're not wrong. That's actually pretty spot on. Alright, so what was. I made a checklist of stuff I wanted to do during this Elden Ring thing right now. That way I'm not just running around aimlessly. Oh, those bell bearings, that's true. I wanted to find. Hold on, let me see. Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 2. Found in a chest. In the first hidden chest. No, let me rephrase. Found in a chest in the first hidden chamber of the sealed tunnel. Okay. Where's the sealed tunnel? That's in Kaled, I'm pretty sure. The Erd tree when we get to it, and if you want to make a strong argument that the Erd tree has been burned more than once, which I think people overlook. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't realize it had been burned already before we do it in the game. Okay, let me look up where this sealed tunnel is. Apparently, I have not got it yet. Oh, that's why, because it's in the capital outskirts. Okay. Because the finger reader tells you that burning the earth tree is an obvious cardinal sin, but if something is a sin, then it means it's already done before, right? Ah, I see. So I actually did know that she said that before. I didn't consider it how you just explained it. So maybe you're right, because I did read that part about it. She does tell you that. In fact, that piece of dialogue that you're talking about, I literally just experienced it like yesterday. So I got to that part in the game. But like I said, I didn't read it like how you explained it. Never remember King. She said, "Oh yeah, by the way, don't try to." That's the way I interpreted it. That's the way that I kind of imagined it happening. But that doesn't mean I'm right about it. Clearly. Man, you're just using all the context clues. So whenever you get to the capital, there's already ash inside, which would seem to indicate, oh, that is that is not what I meant to do. Don't don't look at that, Zam. Don't pay attention. Avert your eyes. Hmm. You know what? I will. I will do that. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I do kind of remember that. Like around the city part, like the houses and all that other stuff. I do remember that. Honestly, though, it never occurred to me to question where it came from. Yeah, you got a point. I never was like, man, it must have burned from the Erd tree before. Hey, Elden Ring Master, question for you. On the PC playthrough that I have, I remember getting to ouch. I remember getting to that island over there because you've got to have some sort of like warp gate or something to get over there, don't you? But I don't remember where it is. Isn't it in Stormvale Castle somewhere? Or maybe no, No, isn't it at what is that called? The foot of the four belfries. Plus the Erd tree is fake, the current one. Oh no. See, I didn't know that either. That so the Erd tree isn't even real. You need an imbued sword key and you go to the four belt. Man, no. See, I do need you. I needed you to verify it. I vaguely remember how to get to it. I forgot. No. Oh, never mind. You didn't have an item anyway. Alright. Now, one of these is a fake, and the other one, seek revenge. Press it. Yep, that's it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Man, I had a feeling. I kind of remembered where it was. Like I said, I don't go back to work for a few days. I might just make me some food tonight and watch a 3 hour long video on of course. Of course. On the history of oh no, not the history, but the lore of Elden Ring. Can't believe they're gonna actually make you grind for all these flight feathers to make the farther reaching arrows. Okay, okay, I'm with you, I'm with you. Do we know what the sap did? Then it projected the magical illusory tree in its place. Oh, I see. So that people don't lose faith. So if it's projecting the magical illusory one, which is that one, where's the actual tree? Because whenever they burned it that time, they didn't actually like burn it down, right? Or they burned it down till nothing. Man, I can't summon my ashes for this. Ornamental straight sword. Golden beast crest shield. So the real one is probably like a stump sitting inside the magic one, but you can't see it since the roots are still under the capital. The real tree has to be there. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was asking. I was like, it can't have been burned completely because it's still able to do stuff and affect the world. So, hmm, okay.
Mm.
The Stormhawk King. Stormhawk Dean.
Hey, have you texted Thunder today or anything to make sure you made it or anything?
No, I thought it was leaving tomorrow.
No, it's today.
Oh, well, no, I haven't.
I might do it.
Thanks. Next time you have an underground dungeon and see all those skeletons and roots, those are people who are attempting Erd Tree burial, where people's bodies are put basically on top of the Erd Tree roots, so their souls and bodies become part of the Erd Tree. Ah, I see. A sacred act in the lands. Hmm. Yeah, I remember seeing those roots and stuff. I never knew what they were for, though. That is interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. I was so then when you were talking about the death roots or something like that, does that also play a part in there somewhere?
You were right. It's not till tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't think so.
I thought the reason why he said he had to not play Val last night past a certain time was because he had to go to day.
No, it was so you could finish packing.
Yeah, I'm getting that now.
That's what I tried to tell you.
He said he won't be there until midnight tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So
Yeah.
basically Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Is one possible explanation. Okay.
He said tomorrow, but he'll let us know
Hmm.
when he makes any meetings.
you, please. It's pathetic, I know, but you, please. It's pathetic, I know.
That was another thing, another question I had too about everything was how, whoa, was like, how is the table, the round hole table, an exact replica when you get to the capital? Some random goofy bozo tried to give Godwin a sacred burial at the Erd Tree. Basically, causing the death roots, since his body was just a disgusting, festering mess of death. Ah, gotcha. That's the one we were talking about yesterday, or the other day, or whenever it was.
You, please. It's pathetic.
There's a few plausible reasons.
Well, I took it no matter lay out your arms.
Mm. So the DLC kind of messed that part up.
Journey to the cap, the two things you may be out. You've already... Indeed. It seemed the whelp harboured suspicions, so I had no further use, honestly. But eternal plebeian is more wicked than an almond horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen... A dose of ambition. Twins. Find the Albion, or she hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia Route. She knows the location.
You, please. It's pathetic, I know. So you know already, do you? It's for indulging my emotions. Forgetting the mission. Father, Mother, Lord Gideon has offered me guidance. I would have done anything for him. And yet though it was I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust to think he'd ordered his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he proposed? Humans told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated. Was he simply lying? No. How could I say? Father has always... Now. Is that Ash? I can smell the ancient storm in it. My thanks. I don't feel the presence of spirits. Still, this ash, it reminds me of my first hawk. Thank you. And this ash, it reminds me of my...
And a sensible timeline.
Journey to the two fingers of you, baby.
Pretty concrete on the 9. Radon, yeah, I knew he was one. Ronnie. I thought Ronnie, no, I thought Renala was Ronnie's mom. Rykard, yeah, I knew him. Melania, yep, I knew him. Mikla, yeah. Godwin, Moog, and yep, okay. Think of them in bunches. Melania and Mikla are pairs and the youngest siblings. The 3 Rs are the second oldest, maybe excluding Rykard only. Moog and Morgad and Godwin should be the elders. And how does Godric fit in there into all of that? Godric the Grafted. So I thought he was a descendant of somebody. I can't remember. He has a great room, so I imagine he was like one of the children or something. Wasn't he a descendant of Godwin? But he was like lame or something, and people didn't really take him seriously. Oh, see, yeah, this is the Ash you were talking about. Yeah, I remember seeing it. I just don't. It never occurred to me to put two and two together. The capital, the beginning of the capital is another area of the game that I just don't like playing. I can't stand this area. Like, don't get me wrong. Visually, I like it. Visually, it's cool, but actually playing through it, he's a descendant of the golden lineage, meaning he has the blood of Godfrey, and is like,
Hey, just giving you a heads up. You might want to go take the chicken legs out because they did not have chicken leg quarters.
wait, what?
Yeah, it says one unavailable, and it was the chicken leg quarters.
I thought you said all my stuff was gonna be got.
Listen, I put it on there. It's not my fault the store didn't have it.
You said worst case scenario, my stuff would be got, and yours is the one that wouldn't.
True, but how was I supposed to know? Chicken leg.
Then don't make false promises.
But you also knew that you know what? I know you're messing with me. You want me to take the chicken legs out?
Nah.
Put them in water. You sure?
Yeah, I'm not having those tonight anyway.
Oh, so what are you gonna have tonight then?
We talked about this, remember? With the potato salad?
Yeah, but the chicken leg quarters was before that, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, what do you have on the salad?
Probably bologna.
Oh,
Remember?
right, I forgot. For some reason, I knew that you were having something with it, but for some reason my head thought the chicken leg quarters, even though I knew bologna. Anyways, alright, never mind.
No, you're good.
They should be on the way. They've already stopped it.
Blood is so small, you hear Godfrey turning his grave whenever Godric speaks. Dang. Gee.
He's in there eavesdropping.
No, who?
Broski.
Oh, probably because you're speaking so loud.
He literally just texted me and said, hey, making false promises is very bad. And yes, that is what you sound like. Mind your business.
But the other demigods are almost impossible to place in a proper time or place, like Melina. Oh, is she one? I thought she was just helping you with the Erdtree thing.
My bad. I'm thinking that because it's so early that they did it, they had to have gotten a spark driver, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I was wrong. I think they just already have it done, so it's probably going to be waiting until 9 again.
Depends on how you look. What do you mean?
Like, it's just basically what I originally had said, the 9 o'clock.
Oh,
Oh, were you talking about it?
yeah.
Okay.
I was asking, what do you mean it
Because
isn't?
the second you guys said, oh, it should be on the way, I'm saying, I'm taking that back. Because I don't think that's true.
Man,
Listen, I thought because it said shocked, that it meant that a spark driver picked it up or something. But I don't think so, because it doesn't say so-and-so is shopping your order or anything.
oh, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I guess we'll see, but it doesn't say it's on the way either. It says we're preparing your order still,
Oh,
even though it says they're all shopped.
depends on how you look, but it's all. See, I thought it was obvious too, but everywhere I look about it, it never has her as one. Like anywhere.
Oh, he heard because he's watching your stream.
Oh,
Yeah. He said, no, it's not what I sound like, which it is. If you really want me to, I will go through the whole thing.
that is not what I meant to do. Yo, dang. Well, I gotta run all the way back there. All right, I'm all ears. And my runes were right there. I should have got it. I tried to kill him first, though. 57,000. Milena explains when we first meet her that me, I'm searching for my purpose given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree long ago. True. For the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. Uh-huh. Now take that as you will, but mm-hmm. I can see that.
Oh, I see. He's on your YouTube. He literally left comments.
Oh.
He said, unfortunate and nice try.
That was unfortunate, broski. I appreciate it, though. Doing some
He just
Jane
said
Doe
hi.
from down the valley. Mr. Cooler Broski was good. Bruh. I gotta fight him the conventional way. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Like, even if Milena isn't miraculously a child of America, then this is useless to talk about. Nah, I'm with you. Like I said, from the very beginning, my first impression was that she was one of her children, but to some extent, like a secret child or something. Like maybe she was raised in secret, or I don't know, something like that. I kind of got the same feeling. Plus, with her importance to the whole thing, I thought it was kind of weird if she wasn't. An educated guess. With your few hours of gameplay, always the modest. order. That's DLC territory. I see. Yeah, I gotta get on that DLC, man. There's too much hidden behind the DLC for me not to be playing it right now. Like I said, I would be playing it right now, but going back and playing with Wise, I made a different build for this playthrough, and I don't know, man. I've been because there's a reason in it that gives Melina some deep timeline placement, and it's only one sentence. Ooh. Brother, you can always respec. I can respec, but I don't. I like the faith build so far. What's wrong with the build I have? Miranda powder. Sealed with wax to keep the dust out. Ah, I see. You really do pay attention to all the little details and stuff. Hmm. What we got going on over here? What is this? Wrong place for that, buddy. Someone pointed it out in a lore vid. Ah, I see. About the wax and stuff. Yeah, no, I would have never, it would have never occurred to me to think about that. I remember first time I played Bloodborne, I was taken aback how in order to piece the entire world together, you have to go back and because the world, that's one thing I like about these games. It you can get a gist of the story, like the goal of the game from playing it, but in order to get the actual lore and story of the world, you gotta go back and read all of the items, the character bios, like all that stuff. Otherwise, you're gonna be missing out on so many things. Even like the weapons that people have, the little collectibles and usable items that people have, like all that stuff adds to the story, and these little details end up adding up over time to tell the actual broader plot of the game. And so you could like turn the game on, and by some of the dialogue in the game, you'll know what you're supposed to do. Like, oh, I'm supposed to go there, kill this person, light this flame, or in this case, burn this tree. But in order to get the true understanding of it all, you gotta, like, everything comes to, even the clothing and the armor that you get comes together to tell parts of the story. Even like I said, hidden dialogue from other NPC, even merchants. Like the way that they tell the story is so intricate and detailed, and I don't know. As a person who loves narration and story, uh, I appreciate that. It's cool. That's what captivated you. Yeah, man. It like hooks you. Mm-hmm. The undertones to the game and everything. And it's crazy because you could play the game and think that you have an idea of the story, but then when you read the items and stuff, you're like, whoa, I didn't realize that's what. I've literally had to do a 180 with my thinking sometimes in some of these games just because um, I get like little nuggets of information here and there, and it would completely change what's going on. It's got an above story, then an understory. Elden Ring is one that it's like they threw everything in the kitchen sink at Elden Ring, honestly, because going moving from Dark Souls to this one, it's like in the Dark Souls series they focus on one broad story, and it does have a couple of layers to it, but it's basically one story being told, and that's of the flame. In Elden Ring, there are so many different stories. There's the Chaos Flame. There's the two fingers, the three fingers. There's of course the Elden Tree. Then there's Miracle Story, Radagon's story. Then there's all of her children's stories. Like Ronnie, she has her own literal different endings to the game. It's Elden Ring's got so much going on. That's why I like the demigods, America. They're flogged the most in the game. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Oh wait. Let me go back and get this site of grace first, just in case something goes awry. I agree. I agree. It's so different and so intricate. That's what I was saying. You could literally play the game and never touch some of the backstory or some of the storytelling for some of these characters until the next playthrough. That's how like diverse it is. Yet all come to the same conclusion. Yeah. Yeah, they struck me as, and obviously I could be wrong because, like I said, I haven't delved into it like you have, but they kind of struck me as like they didn't necessarily care about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think they enjoyed it or they liked it, but it's just kind of like, yeah, like it's there, and I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not going to actively try to take it out. You know what I mean? I have bigger fish to fry. Oh, you got an area yourself. Ooh. Why does yours do so much damage? Ouch. Go ahead and hold that Scarlet Rot for me. Yeah, mainly Radon, because some people say he was fighting during the shattering for his horse or Celia, but you can't really align yourself with those ideas. Or the fact that he just wanted someone strong to fight. Hard to say with Radon, yeah. It's a little easier, and I just think she was doing whatever her brother wanted. Ooh. Tried to sneak me. Tried to sneak me. But no, I agree with you. I agree with you, Sam. That's what I was saying. I think that basically they were just not really concerned with it. Vengeance. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Cooler. Newsflash. They made it up to the clouds. That's the what is it called? Tower of Babel. Oh yeah, I remember where that leads. Got him. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's another side of grace down here. Ooh. Mikla was so devoted to Melania. She got like one of those. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I see. Do they not really talk about Melania in the DLC? I would think that they would, considering who she is. Man, that sucks. Omen smoke mask. Exactly what you thought. That's what I'm trying to say. Lionel's armor, deathbed dress. I mean, you would think Elden Ring 2 we get an ending where we marry her. She did go through a lot. She deserves a happy ending. I thought he could win against a bow and arrow with a sword. He did, Mr. Cooler. He did. Like I said, he tried to sneak me a little bit, but it's okay. We were prepared. And look at that loser now. That's the thing I don't like about this castle place. It's so huge. I've been running around here for like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. And still haven't even explored like a fraction of this place. Heading for Morga or just exploring. Right now, Zam, I'm just... Honestly, I'm trying to do two things. I am trying to level up as much as I can and dump a whole bunch of runes into my specs. And then the second thing is I'm trying to get all the spells and collect all the like cookbooks, bell bearings, all that good stuff that I want right now. Those are kind of my two goals, I guess you could call them. That's a city. True, but why's it gotta be so big? And you can't even use torrent here. What? You could open this door from the beginning? What? I never knew that. I thought you... Man, this whole time, every playthrough I've done, I've always went into the city this whole time and explored the entire thing and then opened the door because I thought you couldn't open it beforehand. Crazy. Oh. Oh, I see. That is not what I meant. Wish you had it on your PlayStation so you could play with y'all. That's what I was gonna ask. I know you have. I know you've got it on PC. I was gonna ask if you had it on PlayStation. Now, after experiencing those nights in Dark Souls 3, I'm glad we had the easy end of the. Whoa, dude. Yeah, you're talking about those like giant silver armor wearing ones. Those. Those bring back nightmares just thinking about them, especially the archer ones with those huge great arrows. I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. I don't even know where y'all came from. Imphead corpse. Your pocket's low on runes. Nah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, they're just kind of like, whatever level you feel like is what level you should be at for Dark Souls 3. Their movements were annoying. That's what I'm saying. I did not enjoy fighting the knights at all. I know I said that once already, but this is what I'm talking about. This area is so huge. I've been walking around for like 30 or 40 minutes, and I've barely scratched the surface of this whole area. Ooh. Ooh. Yep. Oh, okay, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I actually did enjoy the Nameless King one. That one gets a lot of hype, but I think deservedly so. That one gets a lot of hype, but let's see. So you didn't like fighting? I forget what her name is, but Sister, whatever it was, with like the 3 or 4 different phases. You didn't like fighting her? Your favorite boss was Cinder only because the rest want all that. Dang. Yeah, that's. Oh, see, man, I thought you had to get to her in order. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me first do this, then this. Ooh. No, so close. I timed my dodge roll wrong. Yeah, I timed that wrong. Trying to find the way to the DLC map. Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything for you because I know you don't want spoilers, and basically same as me. You like to figure it all out yourself, so I'm not going to say anything. But um, I do understand it though. Especially you were talking about it seems a little more difficult to find open world bosses. True. Yeah, you definitely have to go off the beaten path in order to find some of the hidden bosses in the game. So it has issues with being extra. What do you mean? Then it's the fact that the basic enemies become mini bosses that feel like a chore. Yep. They do that a couple of times in the Dark Souls series, but not a bunch. But in Elden Ring, it's like it's the norm. Bloodborne series was all around. Oh, Bloodborne DLC was all around nice. Yeah, it did seem like it spiked in difficulty a little bit, but I will say for the Bloodborne DLC though, I had a hard time enjoying it as much as I would like because of all the other hunters. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that's kind of the thing, the whole like hunter's nightmare, et cetera, et cetera. But it was just kind of difficult for me a little bit to really enjoy it because you had them running everywhere and they were annoying to fight. But I do agree with you. The boss battles in the DLC was pretty good. Did you now before I get into it, I gotta ask: did you beat the whole DLC already? Because if you haven't, there's a boss I want to talk about. But if you haven't beat him, I won't get into it. Yeah, and the hunters were insanely strong. Yeah, you did. Okay, so everybody always talks about this boss, but the Orphan of Coast boss, that one, I feel like was unnecessarily difficult. That was a tough one. Is it Orphan of? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That battle almost had me pulling out my hair. I see. Oh man, I don't know what to say to that then. For me, that battle was every bit as hard as what people uh, claimed it to be. But Ludwig had, had you know, chokehold. Ludwig, Ludwig was pretty difficult too. For such a hard boss, he was kind of early on in the DLC. I don't know why they threw him at you that early. Who was it? Let's see. Lady Maria was probably the worst for you. Oh, it was hard fun. Like the perfect balance. Yeah, she was interesting. I think she pushed a lot of your technical skill to the limit. She pushed a lot of your technical ability, like your timings, your dodges, your parries, that sort of stuff. She was rough. But like you said, she was fun. Plus, the build up around her was kind of fun too. Stone Sword Key. Nameless King, I like I said before, Nameless King is one of those that it gets a lot of hype and people talk a lot about it, and you've probably heard it like a dozen times already. But and very rarely will I say this, he deserves it. That fight, like I said, it is hyped up everywhere when people talk about like top three bosses, especially from soft bosses. It's hyped up. It deserves to be. I think it is a very solid, very fun boss fight. You get like the climax, the build up. Plus, I don't know how much of Dark Souls 3, or let me rephrase, Dark Souls, the series, how much build up you know about it or how much information you have about it. But he is a very, I'll say, important character. And so seeing him and being that's half of the hype that comes from it is knowing who he is and where he came from. That's a big portion of it too. Because like I said, Dark Souls 3 is a game that it brings together and ends a lot of stuff that was started in the first two. Nameless King is one of those points. He was something or someone. You know the boss room, so you're streaming before the start of fight. Okay, yeah. Listen, I appreciate that. Let me know when you do it, so I can get my stuff ready and I can tune in. But yeah, Nameless King is one of those examples I was talking about. He is the culmination of stuff that they've put down before in the previous games. So, but it's fun. I think you'll like it. Now, Sister Freed, I don't know how much you'll like her. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy a multi-boss fight or a multi-phase, multi-boss fight, especially one that throws in a whole bunch of different factors. Um, how much you like it, I do not know. I appreciate that. Now the final boss of Elden Ring. If you don't have patience, you'll hate the person. Hmm. Okay. And you're not talking about the Elden Beast, right?
My Atma for bringing me here. I can govern my own move, and thus I shall depart to ascertain the purpose. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent, and the power to turn. I wish you luck. You have. I have no doubt you will.
Melina was definitely sus to me when she first appeared. Like, I did not trust her at all in the slightest. And I until I learned more about her, I still honestly don't, but it's a little bit better now. But I did not trust her at all. I forgot he was a thing. Okay, I know there's like 2 or 3 of those dudes here somewhere. Yeah, I was about to say. There's another one somewhere too, I believe. That is not what I meant. Sacrificing herself for your cause ain't enough. Nah, it's not enough. There's something else at play here. I don't know what it is, but it's suspicious. I can't trust it. I don't know where you came from, but sit down. What? Where did you come from? No, I wasn't ready to get off just yet. See if the final boss will be like everyone else's. Uh, I mean, I've been surprised by a lot of the bosses so far, so I don't see why it would be any different. Man, you do not see me from up there. Calm down. Because everyone said the same thing almost. Either later today or tomorrow, I might have to get back into the DLC so I can make some more progress. you got me interested now about all this DLC talk. What did I just open? What did I just open? Was it that thing? Honestly, I don't think I've been in that area before. How do you even get there? Yeah, I don't think I've even been in that area before. So I don't know what's over there. Quote, how? Just how? Duly noted. I will keep that in mind. Ooh. Please don't. No! Bruh. Bruh. Come on. Chill.
What?
Chill.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. That's why I said chill.
I thought it was funny.
Only one. Somehow I doubt that's what it actually is. Somehow I doubt it. Stop it. Stop it. I think I'm gonna go and kill that. What's it called? That snake-like enemy thing, and then I will call it a day probably. How do you get to it again? Yeah, this thing. Golden Great Shield. Okay. Now. Oh, the music put in for these dungeons. It really is. It's pretty good. I like them. Bro. How? And then dropped me back in the building? How is this thing kicking my butt and I'm protected inside of the building? Thank you. Now what I can't remember is if there was a second one. I think there was a second one, wasn't there? I didn't even know you could cheese this thing like that. Bruh. Whenever you're a level 1 scrub, you find all sorts of ways to make it happen. But yeah, I think the the no music, I think that, at least to me, that added to the game. Um, like you said, because it makes sense that it would be silent because there's nobody out to do anything. I think it kind of lends itself to the game, except for the boss fights. The boss fights, those are pretty good. But other than that, yeah. See, man, I hate how big this capital is. It's so huge, and you haven't even gotten to the underground cellar part, like you said with Morgana or whatever. You haven't. There's just so much that's still unexplored. It's huge. And then I didn't even get to the area where you have to go, because I want to go get. That's really what I wanted to do, just because it's such a chore. But it's an area of the game where, crap, I forgot this dude. There's an area of the game where I forget exactly how you do it, but you climb up the dragon in order to get a spell or an incantation or something. And that's what I was wanting to do with this playthrough, but it's probably not going to happen this time around. Maybe when I hop back on. I want to see one more thing before I log off, though. If I have enough to increase my flask. Yep, I thought that was the last one. No, this should be enough to level up one more time. Probably wrong, but Dark Souls 3 probably doesn't have music because the story doesn't focus on so much as the areas, but more so the other things. No, I think you're pretty spot on. It uses other stuff to kind of set the atmosphere. A little bit more. There we go. All right. And with that, I'm probably getting ready to hop off of here. Yeah, made a lot of progress. We've been at it for a while, though. You can look at the playtime. So, I guess next time it'll be more of the same. Run around, collect more stuff. I'm trying to collect everything on my first playthrough. That way, on my preceding playthroughs, I can actually just play the game, and I have most everything collected that I want. So. Zam, do it. In fact, I'm about to end the stream now. Throw your stream up so I can tune in. Go for it. Dope stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm back hooked on Elden Ring. Playing with Wise and Reed really got me back into it. So I'm probably going to be playing it for a good while.